Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Midlife Motivation. My name is Andrea. Today, I thought we would talk about self-care as a middle-aged woman, especially if you're a parent like myself. One of the toughest things is trying to navigate our priorities and figuring out how to juggle life, how to make sure our kids are taken care of without neglecting ourselves. And I get asked this question a lot. How do you have the energy to do everything that you do? And believe you me, I get tired. I do work 2 jobs. I have my full-time job and I also coach and take care of my daughter. As a single mom, it's definitely challenging, but one of the things that I ensure happens pretty much on a daily basis is to do something to make sure that my body and my mind are taken care of. And that is, for me personally, working out, doing something physical and keeping my body active. As an adult competitive figure skater, it is definitely essential, so that helps keep me motivated. But I know that at the end of the day, if I don't start my day off with physical activity or do something to get my body charged up, I'm gonna feel sluggish later. I'm also gonna feel lousy, and fueling myself with what my body needs is just as important. I know that having a busy lifestyle for all of us parents make it difficult to put things in our household that will be conducive to a healthy diet, but it definitely starts with, okay, when you're at the grocery store or you're placing your curbside order, what is something that you can put in the refrigerator that will, fuel you later, be satisfying without compromising our health? And having that balance is so important. What I have learned as I've gotten older is that people will action on what they prioritize the most. That's it, plain and simple. So if taking care of yourself is not the top of the priority list and you don't make that the single most important thing, other parts of your life are going to struggle. It's going to feel like a struggle, and it shouldn't. And trust me when I tell you, there are days when getting my kid ready, getting myself ready, making sure we're on time, I'm on time, it's not easy on a daily basis. It's exhausting. But we know we have to do it. So part of that is, okay, embracing the fact that we have needs that need to be met, but make sure that at some point during the day, it doesn't have to be first thing in the morning. I personally prefer that because I know that the rest of my day is going to be jam-packed and constantly moving. And if I push it off, I'm probably not going to do it. Although there are some evenings I'm like, you know what, I feel like stretching today or doing some wall Pilates or just something, even if it's for 10 minutes. At some point in the day, doing something that'll make your body feel good and make you feel good about yourself will just create good habits. And it's so important to carve that out, because if you don't, I know that doing the other things in your life will just feel harder and it will be a struggle. You get into this cycle where it does become cyclical, and you end up finding yourself in a carousel of just doing the same thing every day and neglecting the things that you need to do for yourself. And it is all about balance. It is definitely not an easy thing to accomplish, but it is easy to start and to get going. And making small changes that'll be different from what you did yesterday, that'll move the needle towards self-care or having a balanced lifestyle, will get you started. So I hope that what I'm sharing will help motivate you to take care of yourself, because I know that as you get older, it gets a lot harder. I'm 44. I'm experiencing a lot of body changes as we speak. My nails are getting more brittle, both on my toes and my fingers. My feet are swelling if I consume too much sodium. My weight's fluctuating. I had to realize that this is part of getting older and embracing it. I think that's the one thing that, society tries to influence us, is like, fight aging. Well, you can't. It happens. Embracing it though, and changing that narrative in our mind about our bodies, which the one thing I've had to do lately is tell myself, okay, you know what my body does do for me? It's strong. I can do X, Y, Z, and I do have to accept that these changes are happening because I'm getting older. You can't avoid that. I mean, you can if you're dead, but that's not the trajectory that we want to go on. We want to try to thrive and take care of ourselves even more, which is why it is such a priority. One of the other things that I've learned as I got older was listening to your gut. Regardless of what it is, whether it's your personal health, your personal relationships, people in your life. I've ignored my gut feeling for a majority of my life, and it didn't serve me. And I think everyone can, you can relate to that. And the more you listen to your gut, the more benefits you're going to have from that. And even if it feels uncomfortable, go with it. Because I think I said this before in my previous video. Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable is the only opportunity for growth. And as long as we're alive, there is an opportunity for growth and doing better. And I know that as a middle-aged woman, parent, that we want to do better. We want to make better choices in our lives so that we can thrive from here until we get even older. And it's so imperative to be mindful of that, because otherwise our bodies and our minds are going to deteriorate, and psychologically that's just not going to help anybody. It is hard to be a strong parent and be present in the things that are happening in your life when your body and your mind and your soul aren't taken care of. So I'd like to motivate other parents and that are middle-aged to be able to take that time out for themselves and change the way you frame the negativity in your head and make it a positive thing. You don't want, I had to do that the last few days. I had to say, in my mind, I'm telling myself, oh my God, I don't feel good. This is uncomfortable. My body's changing. I'm not happy. And it's been affecting me psychologically too. Like, I've been feeling down, and the things that I've had to change was what I was telling myself. So I started with, okay, your body does this for you. Be grateful. Coming from a place of gratitude also is a key element to changing your mindset and having positivity, which honestly helps with energy. That is definitely a reason why I have a lot of energy, is because our bodies thrive on, positive energy. All the negativity, it weighs down. So does the weather, but we can be grateful that we're alive and we're breathing and we get to feel rain. We get to be outside. Some people don't have that luxury. So you start with all this positive energy. And I'm not talking toxic positivity. I think acknowledging our emotions and what's not working is just as important, not masking the things that's reality, and it's not always good. And that's okay. Acknowledging our emotions is part of that, and owning that. I think that is definitely a crucial thing to our confidence and how we feel, and our bodies thrive off of that positive energy that we feed ourselves. A lot of times, people will suppress sadness. I think that is definitely one of the major aspects of our emotions that are suppressed way too much. So you don't want to cry, or, it's not good to cry. Actually, it is really good to cry. If your body needs to feel that, allow it to feel that and own it. You don't owe anybody an explanation for your emotions. Unless you're going out there and being absolutely, a not kind human, then yes, not saying go around and being unhinged and treating people with disrespect. But when you're owning your emotions, whether it's anger, sadness, depression, and telling yourself, how can I go from this space to this space, but allow myself to feel, you gain confidence, and then all that confidence translates to positive energy, and it enables you to make decisions for your life that is healthy and balanced. There's a lot of emotions that my body's been going through lately, and I realized I'm not gonna fight it. This is how I feel today, and that's okay. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna acknowledge it, honor it, let myself feel, and let me see what I can do tomorrow or later today to fuel myself, whether it's with food or with rest or with exercise or with just feeling. And that's okay too. And honestly, the example that you set will be a much better one for your kids, because they see that it's okay to feel. What we do with those feelings is what matters, especially when we're in the middle-aged phase of our lives, and we have the life experience to know what direction our lives can go based on how we respond to ourselves. And I didn't say react. I said that on purpose because respond entails having the ability to take the time to think about it and not be completely emotionally unhinged. And it's a healthier way to acknowledge our bodies and our souls. So I hope that this video has helped you today, and I'm interested to hear what your experience has been like and what you do to manage and balance, and hopefully this will help you today. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Remember to love yourself first.